The Philly and Joe Podcast.
This is the Philly and Joe Podcast.
Philly and Joe launching a Thursday. Man, I'm tired already. This getting back to work on Wednesday yesterday and then, 3-day work week. It's a lot this week.
Well, it is interesting because that Tuesday holiday for most was just kind of interesting. There was so many people that ended up getting Monday off. Some people worked it, and you get into a short week and you go, okay, it's Thursday, but yet it felt like you've been back all week for some reason. I'll tell you what, today's the last day for Lincoln Park.
Oh, we call somebody tomorrow.
Yeah, the big 92.1 City World Tour wraps up today with the song of the day, which, can I tell you, is One Step Closer.
Mm-hmm.
So when you do hear it, 762-555. We like to just call a qualifier out of the blue just to kind of get a temperature check on what they're feeling about the big show in Vancouver. But, I mean, everybody qualifies this time around.
Yes,
There's no
nice.
specific finalists, okay?
Mm-hmm.
We're so used to looking for finalists. I think I've probably said that a few times to these people, but when we've called. But they're all qualifiers,
That's
everybody,
right.
whether you get a call or not.
And somebody gets the big grand prize phone call tomorrow morning. So looking forward to that. Again, as Joe said, that's going to come up later on in the show, like maybe 9 o'clock hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I'll tell you, I don't know what's happened over Canada today, but usually I'm the fink, the guy, the rat, the guy that gives out the information. But
I
appreciate
decided
it.
I want to take a little bit of the heat off you. Speaking of heat, Joe, stay hydrated. Watch out for the dark urine, the intense fatigue, the dizziness.
I'll tell you right now.
It's gonna be hot.
It's like, I didn't even know about the dark urine. You gave the details. I've heard, I've felt nauseous before when I've had heat stroke or a headache before, but I didn't know
I always thought
about that. Seriously,
like the more yellow your pee is, the more you're in need of drinking more water. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your pee should be like a white, like a
clear.
Clear, yeah, there you
If
go.
it's white, you might have a bigger problem.
If you're
Dark urine, you might go to a walk-in, but if it's white, I think you better be calling your doctor right away.
Philly Joe Podcast.
The Philly and Joe Podcast.
Moving along, we asked yesterday on the show, how are things going at Portage in Maine now that it's open to pedestrian traffic?
Hey, the banker here. You guys were talking about Portage in Maine. $21 million. I'm not sure why people can't just walk an extra block going one way or the other. But, I get the membrane thing underneath. But actually, that said, it does look good and probably should never have been shut down in the first place. So the other thing is no one ever goes to that side of Portage. The other between unless you're going to the Fairmont, which needs refurbishing as well. But anyway, my 2 cents.
Okay. Banker, haven't heard from him in a while.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, interesting. Well, the Fairmont, I believe, is getting refurbished as a hotel. That's been the talk, so that's good. That argument has come up, too, that they should never have shut it down in the first place, I guess, because it's been, 40? Was it 40 years, something like that?
Yeah, it's been a while.
It'll be, hey, listen, they opened it up at the right time of year, right? Slower traffic with
Get used to
school out and everything else, yeah.
The Fairmont, is that still where all the NHL teams and sports teams and bands stay at?
A lot of them, but most of them have moved over to the Delta, I believe, because of the star rating and all that kind of stuff as they get the Fairmont fixed up in the next year or two.
Excellent. Okay, Welsh Dragon. He had called last week about a roofing company that was cranking out the 92.1 City while they were working, which is not uncommon, but we like the shout-outs here. So we were like, hey, man, what was the name of the company that had City cranked?
Hi, guys. This is the Welsh Dragon calling. It's great that you're back off holidays, and it's going to be a short week for you.
Yeah, it is.
Well, before you went on holidays, I gave you that message about that roofing company, and that was a week ago before you went on holidays, and you wanted me to tell you what the company was. The company was Prairie Sky.
Prairie Sky.
And the first day they listened to your station, and their boss came by and told them they had it too loud, so they had to turn the radio down. Okay, then. Okay,
right.
bye.
Prairie Sky.
Good morning. Good. And tell you what, roofers in this weather, in this heat, all the outdoor workers, we salute you.
I tell you what, can I just break this down because he called it a short week for us?
Yeah.
And speaking of bosses, okay, our boss came in and spoke with us yesterday.
Yeah, he did.
He didn't say we were too loud
No.
or anything along that lines. But we usually meet with him on Thursday of a short week. So we were getting ready to leave, and Phil said, hey, okay, great, that's a wrap. and Iron Mike said, no, I got more for you tomorrow.
Yeah.
So there was a bonus meeting yesterday, which elongates the week on a short week for anybody when you get extra meetings.
He's making sure that it's a long, short week.
Short week?
With the double meeting days.
So Prairie Sky, hey, anybody working outside today, heat warning in play, okay? So make sure you keep an eye on the forecast and hydrate a lot today.
And let us know. You're an outdoor worker this morning. We always love doing the shout-outs in this kind of heat. Okay, Crazy Craig, this guy, man, he sees a lot of movies, and we love hearing from him about it.
Hey, PJ. Crazy Craig in the house. New summer movie update for you. Checked out Jurassic World Rebirth today. At 12 noon, give you the early review. The CGI is decent.
Scarlett's in there.
Dinosaurs are looking cool, and with some suspension of, a lot of the suspension of disbelief. The different dinosaurs that are new were pretty cool. But again, it's the summertime. You're supposed to have fun. It's decent action. It's well paced. You got some laughs. And hey, Scarlett Johansson's not too bad to look at, in my opinion. Anyway, there we go. Solid 8.5 out of 10.
Wow.
That's good.
Well, I think I saw yesterday, it might have been the tomato meter. It was not very good. The rating. But I'm going to go with Crazy Craig because, I mean, I don't know how many scene points this guy has to use, but I'll tell you, because movies aren't cheap.
No doubt.
You know?
He has told us, he has said on the bone phone that he loves going out to the movies. And forget the Rotten Tomatoes meter. We're going with the Craig meter, the Crazy Craig meter. Yeah. Okay, let's wrap with Big N, who is suddenly very concerned about how much effort I'm putting in to the race of the century. As far as training goes. Of course, my training video went out.
He's worried about you?
He's worried about me after the training video went out yesterday. By the way, it's up at the 92.1 City Facebook page.
So, like a few weeks back, we were talking about this race here, which I kind of thought, Philly's all down for just doing this for fun. Because he was saying back then that I'm not training, I'm not doing anything different, I'm not changing any of my habits. I'm going to go out and just run the 100-meter one time and see how I do, and that's about it. Then this morning he's talking about getting into this training regimen and how Guilty was looking so good, which I agree. Guilty's looking pretty strong. And from what I've seen of the Rager there, yeah, he doesn't look exactly like a wimp either. But Philly, I thought we were just going to, go in cold. I don't know about you, but I'm just a regular guy. And, I was going to just blow it off, just see how we make out. But I don't know. I think I might have to start doing a little jogging or something. Anyways, have a good week, everyone. Big N out.
You know what? I don't want to call out Big N, but he's coming across as a sandbagger, in golf, right? Because I'll tell you right now, he plays ball still.
Yes.
Right? And he's early 50s, or maybe the same age as you, 50?
I think, yeah.
Or 51, whatever it is. He's in on this race. He's in good shape. We've seen pictures of him. You don't get a nickname like Big N.
No.
He's in shape.
And he told us what his time is already.
Yeah.
He's running 15-second 100 meters.
Yeah.
So that's what got me.
He's a natural athlete.
Right. And that's what got me going. I better train a little bit. Because.
Well, I'll tell you what. I watched your video yesterday, and I'm just an innocent bystander on the sidelines, and I'm going to tell you. You got to get the arms in a little bit. Those arms were out like somebody was coming up to you and you were a Canada goose around your goslings. You were like on attack mode with those arms out. Got to have the arms in.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's start with that. That'll probably get some aerodynamic help there.
Arms in, quicker starts too, I was told.
Yeah.
Someone on.
I can't tell you about quicker starts.
Yeah.
I'm a slow starter every day. But the arms.
The arms. Okay, I'll work on it, Joe. Thank you.
The Philly and Joe Podcast.
Just getting back to Big N. He's 53 years old. Only plays ball once a year now. I'm still calling you a stud on that lane 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we've had photos sent in by Big N. He looks like he's in good shape. That's why we assumed he was. And he told us his time. He's already told us he's run a he trained or he did a practice run and he was at 15 seconds.
Natural athlete.
Yes.
There's always one in the group.
And then Colin the Butcher saying he thinks he's the oldest in on the race of the century at 64 years old.
It's coming together, by the way. Iron Mike, we had a meeting yesterday, and it looks like they're putting the venue together and a lot of the snacks, which really are two of the important things when it comes to this race.
And a finish line. They're working on the ribbon, right?
Right now, I think he's got me and Angus here at the station holding each end of the ribbon for the finish line. We're working on technology.
You're doing play-by-play.
I know, I can't be doing the photo finish.
Aubrey on the outside. Here it comes. Big Ends in the lead with Guilty.
I think I'm going to do introductions for everybody, too. 64 years of age. The Butcher.
I got to get a boxing-style house coat. That robe. The robe, not a house coat.
Get a robe, and we'll put Red Dragon on the back. Hey, you want red silk?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that look cool?
Oh, my God. That would be amazing.
First guy in history, I think, to get set up at a race with a house coat.
Gotta happen.
Not a boxing match.
This is the Philly and Joe Podcast.
And Vancouver-based apparel brand Lululemon is suing Costco over multiple claims that the big box wholesale retailer is selling knockoff or dupe versions of its yoga pants, tops, and more. The company claims Costco has been selling these alleged dupes under its own Kirkland brand in what Lululemon calls an attempt to confuse consumers at the point of sale.
It's better than the Chinese knockoff ones that are spelled L-O-U. Lulu. After some guy named Lou.
Dead giveaway.
I do like the Kirkland trail mix.
I mean, everything
the little
Kirkland.
bags.
My Kirkland Gitch never let me down.
Well, you didn't look so good in those Lululemons from there.
For more Philly and Joe, log it into 92.1 City weekday mornings 6 to 10.
Final day qualifying for Lincoln Park in Vancouver. The song of the day, which is One Step Closer, it's going to happen after 9 o'clock.
Yeah. I've got a few more shout-outs just to clean up the page here. Habitat for Humanity project out in your neck of the woods on Pandora there. Say hi to Corey and the gang. Building, I think it's a big one out there, actually. I drove by there about a week and a half ago. Big project on Pandora going on for Habitat for Humanity.
Awesome.
We heard from some golf course people. Staff out there getting the greens ready to go, the fairways. Kachuk Construction. Out there, Big N sent a note.
Okay.
About them and CDL cladding. We got the beekeepers in the bee suits. Oh, my God.
Like Jason Statham,
it was a great movie. Great movie. And sweating off about 15 pounds.
Are all beekeepers badasses like Jason Statham?
I have to believe so.
Like, yeah. I mean, if the movie, it's. I've seen the movie. It has to be. Also got this one. I buy the tights from Costco. Sure, they look like Lulu. And it's the strong material, but so do Old Navy tights.
Oh, I see. You're talking about the lawsuit that's going on.
Getting lots of text messages about that because Lululemon saying that Costco has been selling dupe Lululemon product and kind of they allege that they're misleading the customers into believing that they're actually buying Lululemon for great prices.
I don't know anything about what the premium brands or what's going on with the lawsuit here or anything, but I can tell you there has been judgment made by just other women that do wear those leggings and such. I think they're called leggings. When they're the cheap version where you can see right through them.
So
you can tell that they're a knockoff pair of some sort.
By being able to, if they're see-through.
Yeah, they don't last as long as the thicker quality pairs that are out there. The stronger material. Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, look, not the first company to sell knockoff of the big name brand. I remember my parents buying me Lynx runners when I was little, and they looked like Nikes.
Yeah.
Well, that was the whole premise. They're supposed to look like Nikes, but they were Lynx.
But it wasn't a swoosh. It was a different stripe with
kind
Lynx.
of a Lynx sort of deal, right?
Yeah.
But Lululemon is claiming that their logo or whatever looks way too similar to theirs, I suppose.
I have no idea.
That sort of,
with
the whole misleading situation, they'll work it out in court, two big companies.
Yeah.
But
they'll be okay. They have lawyers on retainers, these companies.
Yeah, and really, at the end of the day, it's just brought up an interesting conversation about what do you buy that's Kirkland. because everybody's sending us text messages. Kirkland coffee, Kirkland underwear.
Yeah, that's true. We're getting a lot of great products that come from that line. But I mean, hey, you actually brought it up, but we were just kind of joking about. Listen, part of this world doesn't care. It's all about price. We talked about how the knockoffs come from China, like of pro jerseys. It's one of the biggest scams going of sports in general, from soccer, to hockey to football and everything else. And there's just a tinge off. Like we used to see those old Jets jerseys
You still
coming
do.
in.
I love it when you see one of those.
It's a shade of blue that doesn't even have a name. Hey, what is this?
The Philly and Joe Podcast.
This is the Philly and Joe Podcast.
One of those songs, like sound of the 90s. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Under the Bridge, 92.1 City. Philly and Joe, 7:37. That means we are less than 10 minutes away from your chance to win Rock and Thunder tickets. That show is coming up. Also a GC for the Red Top.
Yeah, next Wednesday. Going to be a fun day at Princess Auto Stadium. Listen, just seeing one of the news stories out there, Del Monte, one of those big companies that I remember growing up that would always have a sticker on something fruit-related. But I remember the fruit cups. Growing up as a kid, probably helped become a diabetic from all that little syrup that came in those little fruit cups that you'd peel off the label or some in the can. Remember you lift the lid of the can? You couldn't help but spill some of that syrup when you took the lid off. Yeah, super sticky. Like you'd have a wasp infestation around you if that thing ever stayed open long enough. But all those fruit cups with the cut fruit,
everybody
used to be in a lunch bag every day.
Who didn't have Del Monte fruit cups?
Yeah, I mean, there's been other companies. I think you were mentioning Dole to me, right? Was another one of those companies that had them.
I remember them, yeah.
Just kind of shocked that they're bankrupt.
Especially they're using 100% juice in their mixed fruit.
Yes.
I'm just looking at the
100%.
I Googled it up here. The mandarin oranges. They had the peaches.
Oh, yeah.
Diced peaches. I
Diced
never
peaches.
I don't know what it was.
Love them.
Yeah.
Peaches, pears.
Was there little cherries in there, too?
The little. Hey, that was like the cherry. If you found the half cherry, it was like, you never find too many cherries in those things.
It's like a fruit salad, right?
Yes.
Basically, with the
With
syrup
syrup.
in there.
Yeah.
Not my thing. I'm sure.
Growing up?
Yeah. I mean, they were in the lunch.
Oh, every day.
If there was no lunch that didn't.
Fruit cocktail.
Right. Fruit cocktail. Yes. They all. But I bet it came home so my mom could. Leave it in there for the next day. I bet you, like day after day, because it just.
Oh yeah.
But and my kids like it. That's been around forever.
That's why I was surprised when you hear a company like that going bankrupt. I mean, who knows what was going on behind the scenes with that company dollar-wise, but it was one of those staples, those fruit cups.
Mm-hmm. Boy,
Or,
lunches.
like the pudding cups, right, and that kind of stuff.
Pudding in there
Like the
as
fruit
well.
cocktail.
Jello. What about the Jello
Jello
in there?
too.
The drinking box. All huge.
Yeah, I thought it was a go-to. I don't know if it still was. Did your kids ever do the fruit cocktail little cups going to work or school?
Going to school, they love them. Yeah, they like them better than I did. They'll eat them.
Right.
But it's amazing where lunches have come over the years.
Oh,
though.
for sure.
It's no longer just a sandwich. They got the fancy thermoses now. You can throw the chicken fingers in there.
You could get a full antipasto platter nowadays, right? Like.
Philly Joe Podcast.
The Philly and Joe Podcast.
Rock and Thunder tickets. Headlined by Def Leppard. You got Joan Jett in there, Foreigner, Toque at the stadium next week. And we got tickets right now. Also, GC for the Red Top. Joe has the question.
That's going to be a short work week for a lot of people, too. That show starts Wednesday afternoon early.
Yeah.
25% of people say this is one of their biggest fears they have nowadays. Only a quarter of the people said this, but it's one of their biggest fears they have nowadays.
Okay, and I can be a lifeline, and so can the Boston Pizza text line. So choose, you can choose either of those if you don't know an answer yourself. 780 City, 780-2484. Good morning.
Good morning. Can I have a lifeline, please?
Philly or the text line?
Let's go with Philly.
What was the percentage?
25%, Phil.
This is their biggest fear?
Nowadays.
The money they're going to have down the road when they savings.
Oh, okay, like retirement?
Yeah. Are we putting enough money away, that sort of thing?
No,
Okay.
no.
Sorry
And I
about
think
that.
a lot of that is, especially the younger generation, it's like they can't think that far ahead.
They're not
with
even
the
there.
economics of stuff.
That's good point. Rock and Thunder tickets, a GC for the Red Top, all on the line this morning. Go ahead.
Morning. Is it viruses?
Viruses, no. That's a good answer.
Yep. Getting your electronics infected with that stuff, or like you did when you shut your computer down. Remember that?
Yeah. Just before we went on holidays.
That was a code red around the office.
Yeah.
Engineers everywhere. Joe's
tell
locked
you.
out of his computer.
People from one building over next door I didn't even know.
Yeah. Get
Coming
out of the
in
way,
here.
hello. We need
I got
access.
pushed right out of my chair.
We need access to your computer to sort out this virus. 780 City, hello.
Hi, can I take a text line?
You sure can. Data leak or digital information stolen. Is that kind of what?
That was sort of all under the same umbrella. Well, viruses could have also been human.
Yeah. that's
Viruses too. Either way, it was wrong.
true. And this one
This is wrong too, yeah.
Okay. Thanks for playing this morning. 780 City, 780-2484. Good morning. You're on the air.
Hey, I'll take Philly for a lifeline.
Okay. Biggest fear.
Nowadays.
Losing your cell phone.
No, but it has something to do with your cell phone.
Sounds like I'm in the ballpark. Sorry about that.
You are close, right in the ballpark. You're like Toronto Blue Jays hot right now
Okay.
in the ballpark.
Good morning.
Morning, guys. How are you guys?
All
Good.
right. You?
Fantastic.
Good.
How about losing your cellular data, like your contacts and everything?
No. That's a good answer, though.
Yeah, get wiped out, basically.
Yeah. Well, I always worry about it when I purchase a new phone.
Yeah. Oh.
Like if I've done the right job on backup data.
I went through a nightmare over the weekend.
You did it while we're on vacation, which
Stupid move.
yeah.
Stupid. I got a new phone and I tried to install my work email myself instead of getting help from the engineers, and I got locked out of my. It was a whole affair, and it wasn't a lot of fun. So anyway, I love my new phone.
The key is know your employee number.
Yeah. Yes.
Moral of the story.
780 City. Good morning.
Good morning. Can I use the text line?
Text line for a lifeline. Forgetting the charger for the phone, like losing or forgetting your charger.
Not forgetting your charger, but it has everything to do with that. If that makes any sense.
Okay. Did you hear that hint?
We're all over it now.
I'm hoping Philly has it.
So something to do with a charger?
Well,
You plug your phone in and it dies in the middle of the night, or because the charger isn't working and you wake up and
ding.
yeah,
Ding, 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 ding. You're worried that your cell phone battery is dying, like on you at some point, like, when you're down to the last specs and you have no charger.
that's the worst. When you
Yeah.
start a busy day and because
Yeah.
your phone didn't charge overnight, there's nothing. You're like at 8%.
And sometimes nowadays with depending on your phone, the battery just sucks the life out of it early. Like you're going like, holy cow, I just started the day and we're already at like losing your job was number 2, by the way. 25% of people have said that was their biggest fear nowadays. And artificial intelligence
Okay.
was number 3.
Who's this?
It's Gail.
Gail.
Congratulations, Gail. You're off to Rock and Thunder Wednesday night.
That's unbelievable. Hang on the line, Gail.
This is the Philly and Joe podcast.
Be a good person.
Rate or review this show wherever you subscribe and get P&J into more ears.
By the way, I got to read this. I love these Meta AI summaries of Facebook posts.
Yes.
So the training video, my first training video for the 100 meter, the 92.1 City race of the century, coming soon, where a bunch of listeners are going to race me in a 100 meter, not a dash, that's for sure, race. And so there's all kinds of comments about it, but the summary of the comments is very good. Commentators praised Philly's determination and humor in his training video, offering suggestions for improvement and teasing him about his knees that don't bend and corned beef lunch. One commentator noted his shaky start but commended his form, while others predicted victory, joking he runs like the wind, and the race should be called the 92-1 City Second Dash.
Yeah, that's not bad. Pretty good AI. Kind of nailed it
Oh, my gosh.
in this case. But that was only one video.
Yeah.
I'm assuming we're going to try and get this race in the next few weeks. Our promotions department with Iron Mike are putting some details together. They were talking about a venue or two, locking that in first.
The venue,
and then a bunch of snacks and everything else. We have the racers. We have the volunteers. It's just a matter of when and where.
And you're right. So we're just trying to find a good location, trying to figure out things like the orange. We're hoping to get a big jug of the orange syrup that everybody can have a sip of.
If we can't, we're going to get at least some hydrating products.
Yeah.
We're still looking for the sponsorships, so I don't want to give away any names just yet.
Paramedics, we haven't confirmed they'll be on scene.
I don't even think the one staff member with St. John's Ambulance wants to even show up for this thing
Someone
yet.
has to have it. We got to have at least somebody
on staff
who knows first aid.
Somebody can maybe a mom that knows how to put on a Band-Aid from staff here or something, just in case.
If a mom's coming with Band-Aids like a first aid kit, she's got to bring orange slices.
Orange
too.
slices
Come
for
on.
sure. The minivan, bring it all.
Listen for more details because they are coming. It's fast and furious. It really is. Like the details, the meetings.
No, that part. Yeah, I don't know about the race itself. Fast or furious.
That's not going to be either, no.
The Philly and Joe Podcast.
Hit us up wherever you get this podcast and rate and review the show.
Good fortune will come to you.
Actually, we can't promise that, but we'll cross our fingers.